It's a different story in the southern Gulf of St. Lawrence in Canada. Here, the cod population has also been ravaged by overfishing, but even though cod fishing has been greatly reduced over the past 2 decades, the stock is still in steep decline. DFO scientists blame gray seals for preventing this southern cod stock from recovering. They theorize that the males venture farther from their island home than the females to target cod congregating near Cape Breton Island during the winter. Some fisheries scientists question the idea that feeding by some members of one specific species, such as gray seals, could alone prevent the cod recovery.
We have unrealistic expectations about how rapidly stocks rebound after they've been depleted so dramatically.
This concept that one species in an ecosystem where there are so many predators, there are cetaceans, there's all sorts of whale species, there's sharks, there's large tuna and billfish, and other predatory fish that are eating other fish. To try and think of it as a single species predator affecting this huge multiple set of interactions is simply naive.
Populations, after they have become depleted, so they're much smaller than they used to be, by definition become more vulnerable to all factors that affect them, whether it's fishing, whether it's predation by seals, whether it's climate change. Small populations are more sensitive to change and all of these factors than large populations. So that's a key point, particularly from the context that many of our commercially exploited fish populations declined by 95%. So that has put them in a very vulnerable zone.
One issue that DFO scientists may have dismissed too quickly is whether many cod might be dying from disease. Although testing has been inconsistent, between 2000 and 2008, many different diseases were found on several hundred cod in the Gulf and Scotian Shelf. Parasite infestations were also found, and scientists concluded that these infestations could contribute to increases in death rates of cod. DFO results also hinge on data about the diet of gray seals. These studies have produced a wide variety of conclusions, usually showing very little cod in their meals.
Gray seals are generalist feeders, and their feeding on cod varies quite a bit seasonally. It varies across the sexes, where males are much larger and take much longer feeding migrations, and it varies geographically. And certainly their diets will reflect the availability of fishes in the water adjacent to their haul-out areas and in their feeding grounds.
To survive in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic, seals need to consume lots of calories to maintain their blubber stores.
Research has shown that harp and gray seals mostly feed on small fatty fish that they need to build up their fat reserves for the winter. So these include herring, sand lance, capelin, and other small fish that are generally not of major commercial interest.
Cod is a low-fat fish. For a seal, Atlantic mackerel, capelin, Atlantic herring, and Atlantic salmon with their higher fat content are more nutritious.
If a fishery on an alternate prey of gray seals is suppressing that prey's abundance, certainly some management of that fishery to reduce that catch and allow that alternate prey to increase could benefit the cod stock potentially by switching the gray seal's attention to that fish species.
Seals and Atlantic cod also share some ideal prey species, including capelin, herring, and mackerel. But these preferred food species are suffering from overfishing and environmental damage caused by humans. Restoring these species would be another step towards improving the cod condition and would reduce predation by seals by giving them more choice in their diet. But that is not happening. The DFO admits that the mackerel stock plummeted due to overfishing and is still in the critical zone. Yet fishing continues. Herring is also in the critical zone, and estimates of the stock size are poor. Yet fishing continues. And the Atlantic salmon population has been devastated by dams, habitat destruction, overfishing, invasive species, and the escape of farmed salmon. The bottom line is, we cannot say for sure that gray seals are causing the cod population in the southern Gulf of St. Lawrence to decline, but we can say that mismanagement of fisheries has been and continues to be a problem.